Okay, let's welcome back to the show former State Department official Christian Whiten. Christian, what is going on here with U.S. intelligence warning that China is now trying to steal Americans' DNA from COVID-19 tests in order to become a superpower and dominate the world in drugs and vaccines? What's happening here?
Well, I know it sounds a little bit like a 1970s sci-fi thriller, but actually it's not that far beyond the realm of possibilities and where technology is going, especially we've seen the speed with which healthcare has progressed during this COVID crisis. You know, it's not impossible to think that China could engineer a virus and also the vaccine, unleash it on the world, and then basically give the vaccine only to countries that it's like. Again, it's not within today's technology, but China is great at vacuuming up information. It's the biggest consumer of data in world history. Unlike our intelligence gathering agencies, it's face no restraints whatsoever. So something to worry about here.
Yeah, so the U.S. already relies heavily on China for PPE and for chemicals for drugs. This company, it's the world's biggest biotech firm. It's called BGI Group, close ties to Chinese military and the Chinese Communist Party. It's basically used as a front for China to go into U.S. states, say, we're going to build your laboratory for you. We're going to provide COVID-19 tests for you. They tried it in about a dozen states, even in half a dozen states. They said, we're going to build your labs for COVID-19. But then they're pulling out, as you point out, vacuuming out, taking out Americans' DNA information. Are the states smart enough to know what's going on? Or are they just, saying, what, give us the money, China?
You know, I wouldn't be sure that they are smart enough to know what's going on, or at least smart enough to know that it's not worth even taking the risk. If you look at the issue with Huawei, and the Trump administration enacted very strict export controls on Huawei and convinced our allies not to use Huawei's 5G technology in their cell towers and their government systems, it was very hard convincing states to part with Huawei equipment, because Huawei did something very similar to what this biotech company is doing. They came in, they offered equipment well below market value. They tried to put out of business Western companies that make the same technology, sell it cheap, get us hooked, and then effectively have visibility into our data and perhaps be able to sabotage our communications if a crisis comes along.